Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to the Fly Like an Eagle podcast. I'm here with my guys, James Gorza, Joe Marks from Passion App Sports Show. You know what? We gotta make this Halloween, so I'm gonna change the background to pumpkins.
There you go.
So
There
we
you
have
go.
pumpkins on the background now for Halloween. So, how you guys doing? Joe, I'm gonna start with you. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. 6-2, 4-0, 6-3-1. Yeah, everything's on the up and up.
Yep.
Mhm. James?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Good citizen, like the one that passed away a couple days ago, and the great Pierre Robert would say. But overall, life is good. Busy. Not complaining about our birds. 6-2. We got the Flyers kicking some ass. Sixers doing their job. And yeah, I mean, like we said, man, this is Halloween. The heart of NFC East is finally back in football. But we have Halloween on Christmas, like the great Jack Sparrow would say. Not Jack Sparrow. Jack and Sally would say from The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Hey,
well, Jack Sparrow
like,
too. Probably.
Like father, like son. Your dad said the same exact thing.
That's why I was reading it. I was reading that too. So,
like father, like son, man. What is up? What is up, Wesley? Thank you for tuning in. I got your tweet. He showed me what the Sixers playing court or the NBA Cup court looks like. Pretty garbage. It's not that pretty. I'm
pretty extraordinary, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. So basically, for the people that did not know, the Sixers court is basically just red, black on their out of bounds, and filler in the middle.
Well, let me ask you this too. When are they playing the game that they have the Sixers throwback jerseys? Is that tonight?
Oh, throwback. Ooh. I don't know.
That's later. That's when they celebrate the 25th anniversary.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Because tonight we're playing the Celtics in the NBA Cup.
Boston.
Yeah, we're playing Boston. So can we make that 2-0? Tune into my channel later tonight for that. So we got to talk about the Eagles, guys. We got a lot to talk about today. A lot. And we have a bye week. But before that, who won the predictions, right? We got to make sure who won the predictions. So the final score I was definitely out of it. I was definitely out because I had 30 and 14. I think
I was close. I think I was close going to make.
I'm going to tell you guys in a second here. Let me just scroll down. 38-20. So I don't know where to go because you both had 34.
Well, I had 34-17. James had 34-14.
Oh,
so,
that's right. That's right.
Joe gets it. Joe gets it then.
Joe gets the W this week.
Yep. So Joe's in the lead for the predictions right now with 3, 2, 1. So, all right, we get a bye week, so no predictions this week. Good. Okay. We can just relax. And watch other teams and other fans be miserable.
Well, I guess the one game I'm going to be keeping a close eye on this week is probably, I guess I'm going to say the Packer-Panther game because that's our next opponent. So I'm guessing what Green Bay will look like against Bryce Young. I mean, Bryce Young, I just saw the record a couple of days ago. I didn't know he was like 4-4. They were like 500, So it might be a good matchup.
Well, they beat the Cowboys a couple of weeks ago.
So. That's right.
I predicted that on Hardcore Sports Pick'ems. I picked that. I was happy with myself. I picked the Panthers to beat the Cowboys.
Woo! Right now, the Cowboys need to either accept that they're going to be the bottom of the league, or you got to think they could tank and get a good pick because they have 2 first-round picks.
You mean tank Bigsby? But I'm bummed.
Damn, that was actually a good game by him last week. I was pretty impressed by Bixby.
Right.
That was a throwaway trade. I was like, what? Okay. And so I have a question. So did we get rid of AJ Dillon or is he hurt?
No, I think he got benched.
Oh, really? Oh,
I think he just got benched or he's either injured.
Okay.
Because Tank Bigsby, keep him out there on the field, man. Keep him out on the field. I like what he's doing. Underrated. Got about that situation in Jacksonville. Nobody wants to be in Jacksonville with Trevor Lawrence. Let's be honest. Nobody wants to be there. So
yeah, it's a shame too.
The tank.
the tank.
All right. So the Eagles made another trade. We made another trade for another corner named Michael Carter. So Michael Carter is 25, 26 years old. He's been on the Jets for all of his career, drafted in 2020. What I like about him, he is versatile. He is young. He's aggressive, which I definitely like. He's not afraid to get hit. He's not afraid to give hits. I'm telling you, this is the corner we need. The downside, injury prone. That's the only downside with this guy. So, James, let's start off with you. How do you feel about this trade, man, about getting Michael Carter, which we did give up John Mechie. John Mechie was in the trade, and we just exchanged picks, like the 7th round and the 6th round. So, that's like a here, near, or there.
Yeah.
So, how do you feel, James, about John Mechie being gone, too?
I'll bring in with that. I mean, I'll say true honesty about with John Mechie. I mean, it's a sad part about it is I actually thought he was going to be a good player. I actually thought he was going to be a fit that somehow, some way that he would actually be a part of this offense, kind of like. But the difference is that I think the worst part about it is with Mechie, it just didn't like fit in at all, you know. But to the Michael Carter thing. Sorry, I thought my cat wanted me first. I thought it was looking for attention. Sorry. Yeah, I think the one thing that with the Michael Carter thing, I think it's a good move. I think it's probably a move that the Eagles are going to probably need in probably crunch time, and obviously they're going to move Cooper DeJean to that second corner position. I guess they were saying, like we said before we came on the air here, it looks like Keely Ringo is probably on his way out. So I'm guessing that's going to be the big thing too. But with Michael Carter, I mean, we just got to catch ourselves, like we talked about before we go on the air, is that this isn't trust the process, Michael Carter Williams here. It's an MCW and all that. But the worst part about it is that yeah, I mean, it's a good move. I mean, I got to see first how much poise he has, and to see what he looks like, especially against teams that. I mean, Green Bay is going to be a tough challenge, but I think that we can handle it more than anything. I think it's a good move for the most part. I'm impressed by it.
Joe?
Yeah, the jury's still out on him. I honestly, one of the things that I like is the idea that he's aggressive, because I think we need guys to be able to jump the ball. I just
guys are crazy.
We already had Jaquil Bennett who came here and got hurt really quick. Adoree Jackson, he's banged up. Keely Ringo is the only healthy, well, other than Michael Carter and Quintanamo Bay. Keely Ringo is the only healthy corner, and that's not saying much because of how he's been playing. We are going to have to deal with, you brought it up last week, Mitch, is we got 2 big games coming up in the next couple weeks. We have Green Bay and the Lions. And I know next show we're going to be breaking down the Green Bay game, but I got to say, facing those 2 teams that have 2 good receivers, we need to have that cornerback position figured out. And I'm not sure, would I rather have traded something larger to go get Joe Hayden or go get like a bigger name? If you're going to trade with the Jets for a name for a corner, and the Jets are probably going to be tanking, I would have gone for another guy, the number 1 corner on their team.
No, sorry, the background with the
cat. I changed the background and James is laughing. I changed it to another Halloween theme. And James couldn't hold himself.
just the cat kind of the cat just like caught my eye. To piggyback what you said about that too, Joe. Yeah, I think it's probably it's not what the move that we wanted. Obviously, with like an Asante Samuel Jr. or a Denzel Ward, but I think the one thing that coming up in these next couple of days or so, I think we're going to see a lot of moves that maybe like because the trade deadline is like coming up in a couple of days from now. It would be. I mean, I don't think Howie's done yet. I think I totally agree with my dad here saying that Howie isn't done. But at the same time, too, I think what the Phillies need. Oh, Jesus, I just said the Phillies. Good Lord. The Eagles.
Yeah, who was right about the Phillies? I just want to know who was right.
Oh, jeez, here we go.
Thank you for that, James.
I had a brain.
So I just did a quick research on this kid. He's got no interceptions in his career.
I know. He's more of an aggressive guy. I was going to get into that.
He's more of a tackler, like a short tackler. So My feeling is that's more for the slot guy. And that's what I heard about him earlier today, is that he's more of a slot corner than he is an outside guy, which is probably a good enough reason why they're trying to get Cooper DeJean to be more accustomed to the outside. It's going to be interesting because that's going to be a new position for Coop. And not that I don't think Cooper DeJean is good enough of a corner. I absolutely do think he's good enough of a corner. It's going to be, will that leave the middle susceptible? And Michael Carter, we'll see. Can you shore up that nickel slot? That's what is going to be determined.
It's a wait and see basically at this point, too. I agree.
So I'm actually glad your dad brought this up.
I did too.
About Myles Garrett. We're going to talk about that in a bit. But before I get into that, I just want to add on to what Joe was saying about the 0 interceptions. That does not bother me as much. I just want another guy to watch the quarterback, which he does have experience in. That's the thing we need the most. We just need another guy. If Cooper DeJean's on the outside in CB2, that adds tremendous value. Perfect. Love it. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Michael Carter is just another body to attack the quarterback. That's the way I
see it. I think the other thing too, I think like when we there was like I think they were showing a lot of his resume a couple of days ago with the Jets and all that too. And I mean once he's healthy, I heard good things that he's actually a good player to be a real good player. But the interception part, I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing, but at the same time too, it's that maybe that he was in a bad spot with the Jets because the Jets are like god awful. Maybe this is probably his coming out party, and hopefully somehow in some way that he comes into it with new digs. And also basically he said on his tweet here, he said, "Finally, I feel like I'm like a phoenix rising from Arizona," like Frank Costanza would say. But the question I would say too is I think when he comes into this new environment, he'll probably feel like he will belong, kind of like with Saquon with the Giants after so many years of non-success, and he comes here and blows the top off the joint,
Yeah, that's a great point. Like when players leave certain teams and go to different teams that have better culture, better coaching, better strategy, better talent around them, they become better. They just the player becomes better because they're able to become more comfortable in the game's not all on my shoulders. The game's not all on me. And this kid, as Mitch said, he's another body. He gives depth to that cornerback room that the Eagles didn't already have. Right. And so for all intents and purposes, I honestly think, what would you rather have more depth in, receiver room or the cornerback room? Right now, it's the cornerback room. Because Darius Cooper, he's a guy lying in wait. He's going to get his opportunity, which is good. You're going to have other people that are going to be coming back on that receiving core. And I'm looking forward to it. Not to mention the fact that, we brought it up earlier about AJ Dillon. When and if we get like running backs back, you got running backs healthier, you're going to have more backs that are going to be able to spread out into like a receiver role. So that gives you more depth at the receiver position.
Yeah.
Grant Calcaterra is another one, so as a corner, you need to have more depth. And I think this body is just another person that can give depth. And it gives Vic a lot more versatility.
Yep. Would you want to read this comment from AK? It's actually a good one.
Actually, it's a very good pointer. So he says Carter's ranked 88 for 89 for cornerbacks last year, but had a back injury and shoulder injury and a concussion. With all that said, he was a Jet, and when he is healthy, is the most solid nickels in the NFL. So,
and then your dad comes in and goes, he also gave up a $5 million injury guarantee. He just wanted to come here. At the end of the day, he was willing to do whatever it takes to come here.
Well, it's the thing too. this is probably all the stuff that we did. I mean, you think about what happened with the CJ Gardner Johnson thing, right? And then John Mechie was that player that we thought he was going to be, like but the real player was it was more. I thought it was John Mechie, but at the same time too, John Mechie didn't have that level of feel that he had. It's kind of like the same thing what the Eagles tried to do when they tried to trade Hassan Reddick, and they were trying to find a trade partner. Like it was either Bryce Huff or maybe somebody that will fit the bill. And maybe this is probably the bill. I mean, look, I know we're talking like 3 years ago since that Hassan Reddick thing happened, but maybe this is one of the trades that it was like something that Joe Douglas probably looked at and said, this Michael Carter guy, maybe you want to keep a close eye on because I seen him a lot during my tenure with the Jets, and he's probably in a bad system, and maybe we could probably try to give him an offer that they cannot refuse, basically.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point. Joe Douglas he probably was the guy that drafted Michael Carter.
Yeah, right. I mean, yeah, I would think so. I would guess. I would think so. I mean, yeah, I mean, the thing about it too with not Jalen Carter. I mean, yeah, there's two Carters, Carter and Carter, like Johnson and Johnson, like Fred Johnson and Lane. So, yeah, but yeah, I think this is probably like something like Joe Douglas was probably trying to tell Howie. He's like, maybe we should try to trade for this kid because he's in a bad spot and probably. Like, and then it's perfectly well said. Like we said it here right on this show is that the thing that he wanted to come here was even more astounding, more than anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and my guy AK comes in and goes, Carter reminds me a lot of Rodgers from last year. So in a way, I feel this is a way how he's trying to make up losing Rodgers, and it might just work. Howie, sorry. Yeah.
No, don't worry about it. We know what you meant. We know what you meant, pal.
And then your dad comes in and goes, Carter, it's a low risk, high reward deal. And
yeah.
Perfect. Needed it.
I mean,
something we needed.
Well, it's the thing about it too with Mechie. I mean, the hardest part about it was I really thought he was gonna be something because I saw some good reports with him with C.J. Stroud like during his Houston days, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe he'll be a good fit. And it turns out Jahan Dotson's a better player than John Mechie was at this point. I mean, not saying it's like thunder and lightning, but he's been. I mean, Mechie was a real disappointment, I admit.
I mean, here's the thing: is with Mechie, he was just put into a situation for depth, but just never got the shine. So you got to think who you're going to get more out of. You're going to get more out of Mechie? Probably not. You're going to get more out of Carter? Probably, yeah. You probably are going to get much more out of Carter than you would have John Mechie. I mean, that's just a fact. I don't think Mechie got more than double-digit targets since he's been here.
Yeah. Let me ask you this too, since I forget who said about him reminding him of Isaiah Rodgers.
That was AK.
Okay, so I mean, I'll ask the question to you guys too: is that do you think this is do you think that we got ourselves another Isaiah Rodgers? I mean, if that's the case, I'll be perfectly fine with that.
Just because I think Isaiah Rodgers played outside, and there is a big difference between playing outside corner and inside corner.
Mm-hmm.
I think that if he turns into an Isaiah Rodgers, that's great. That means that Howie won the deal.
Sure.
I haven't been proven. Look, the Jets haven't been like the stalwart defense this year. My feeling is he's got to prove it to me, and not having interceptions in 5 years, that's not a resounding, ringing endorsement.
Maybe he's like, dude. Maybe the thing I'll take out of it too is like maybe he's sorry, I got something on my beard. Maybe he's like he's probably due for one. Like you thought. I mean, this is another good example. Like my dad brings up here is that he got another tool for his secondary in his tool shed. For Vic Fangio to like another piece that Fangio could use and could help the team like get to where they are.
Do you still feel like this team, despite having some core players, is still shuffling the deck? Like with certain positions. What we talk about bringing Brandon Graham back for the edge.
Yeah.
We're talking about, trading to get another corner. Like, it just feels like in certain positions, because we lost CJ and Slay, Milt, Sweat, and
Right.
all that, like, it feels like we've been just shuffling the deck a bit.
I mean, I wouldn't say I wouldn't say that. I would say more it's probably um it's a good question because you're like, I mean, especially with all the injuries that you had on that defensive front with Nolan Smith being out, and let alone a couple of the secondary players like Kiwi Ringo not showing his poise, or Jacorian and Bennett not showing any poise whatsoever either. But I mean, I don't disagree. I mean, you make a valid point there, Joe. At the same time, too, I think it's more that it's kind of like he's trying to fit pieces that fit, like trying to fit pieces of the puzzle to see if it fits. I mean, maybe this is like something that it's more that it's not a like rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic, but I think it's more that he's trying to be like Zach Galifianakis and trying to fit like how these things could work out. I mean, I don't know what movie that was, but it was like one of those movies that he was that he's trying to put like math together and trying to figure out, okay, this is how you put this here, and trying to like basically at the same time too is like you said, is like rearrange some stuff, but also trying to, like I said, trying to find
like money. You mean like Moneyball?
No, that was a Jonah Hill, but same kind of mentality, but without the analytics. But trying to fit like what players fit and what doesn't fit. Actually, no, that's actually a better comparison than I was
like
going.
Moneyball. Yeah, I get what you mean.
Actually, I thought about that too, because I was saying, wait a minute, this guy was trying to be arithmetic. What Zach Galifianakis was doing, and I thought about that was Jonah Hill's
Hangover.
Character.
What you're thinking about with Zach Galifianakis, that was Hangover, because he was gambling because he was counting cards.
Oh, okay.
It was Hangover.
Well, actually, on second thought,
we got it.
So on second thought, now maybe the Jonah Hill character will fit better, especially with the gambling shit that's going on in this day and age. So I won't talk about that stuff. So let's keep it 100 here. Like that's an excellent way to happen.
That was a good movie. It
sure was. Yeah. I mean, I love The Hangover, and also Moneyball's a great movie.
AK and your dad asked us about Myles Garrett. So let's bring it up now.
Sure.
He goes, listen, I want to get your guys' take on how you feel about the 3 firsts from Myles Garrett. Just wondering. How do you guys feel about that? Will you pull that trigger? For me, why not?
No.
You say no? I go, why not?
No. I thought you said not really.
Get a player of this dynamic, a guy who you would never see again in his lifetime, probably in the next 20, 30, 40 years, will get someone like a Myles Garrett. And he is frustrated over there in Cleveland.
Oh, I bet.
You saw him smashing his helmet on the ground. If you have the assets and you're going all in on a Super Bowl repeat, pull the trigger. That's me.
It's crazy. You see, I mean, like, that's funny you mentioned that, Mitch, because I do agree what you said there. That veteran presence in the locker room could be a very good full force here too, especially, I mean, when you got Brandon Graham on one side, you got Myles Garrett on the other. So, yeah, I mean, this is a move that if they pull this off, Howie is the strokiest genius I ever probably can say, probably bar none. And there's no debate that Howie is the best GM in franchise history. Like, he is the GOAT of free agents. He's the GOAT of like trying to get this guy here. The thing I love about what Myles Garrett is that you see he's very frustrated, like you said. And I think oh wow, he's only 29. Oh yeah, you know what? If he's younger than me, like 1 year younger than me, I'm 30. I'm all for it, And you know how much I love younger players that are younger than me, that I feel like I'm old, but at the same time too. But I have to say this too about Myles Garrett. I have to say, if Howie pulls this off, and I have to say, if you give him like Kiwi Ringo, or you give him like just like a bag of peanuts, dare I say it again, but if you only get him for only like just basically less than nothing for 3 first-round picks, those first-round picks probably won't even mean anything because we won the Super Bowl again. So yeah, I would say right now, if it's worth it, yeah, I'm all for it. Like, look, he's only 29 and he wants to come here. I'll pull it. You know, I'll be damn sure that I would love to have him here in Midnight Green or Kelly Green for that matter.
So before you go, I'm going to read this
Eagles
from
Green.
AK real quick. If it's me, I'll give them 2 firsts, Ringo and Hunt for Miles, which is a pretty sweet deal. I think one thing, and it's 2 young guys to develop over the next few years. Now, Joe, the reason I wanted to bring this up because you were very high on Hunt in the beginning of the season. You were very high on Hunt. So in order to get Miles Garrett, would you give up Hunt?
Galaxy Store downloading application.
I'm going to say
Miles Garrett's trying to call him.
Yeah. He probably knows what I'm about to say.
Galaxy Store downloading application.
Okay.
Silent.
Shut your mouth. Just shut your mouth.
I say no. I don't do it.
Really?
And I tell you you why. Number 1, 3 first-round picks, and I get James's argument. I heard that earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're gonna win the Super Bowl if we have Myles Garrett. Those 3 first-round picks, 2 of them at least, will be the 31st or 32nd pick in the first round, which is basically a second-round pick. I get that. I get all that. But here's my thing. You had the opportunity to go get Micah Parsons, who's 3 years younger than Garrett, and you would have given up less to the Cowboys. You would have given up draft picks, and you would have gotten a guy that you would have paid and been dealt with for the foreseeable future. Myles Garrett, have we learned nothing from the Phillies? Let's not go for a guy that's about to go over the 30-year age mark, because there's no guarantee that you go get that one guy and he's going to carry the team. That one guy in one snap could go down for the season.
So you're saying it. I'm sorry, Joe.
Whereas if you have 3 first-round picks, you can fix 3 different holes on your team. We need help. It's obvious. I just brought it up earlier in the show how we are shuffling the deck when it comes down to edge rusher. Yes, Myles Garrett would fix that extremely, but we still are hurting at cornerback. We're still hurting at safety. You know, we're going to still be trying to figure out how to pay Jalen Carter next year. We're not going to be able to pay some of these guys that are on the defense line, so we may lose them. So then what do you do? I mean, if Jalen Carter walks, I mean, you guys got to ask yourselves, who do you want more, Myles Garrett or Jalen Carter? Because it can't be – you can get both for this season, but you can't get both for the long haul.
So you're saying is that you don't want to have a Bryce Harper situation coming up with the Myles Garrett thing. You think it would be pain an arm and a leg like we had with Harper now?
Well, Myles Garrett's already signed for 5 years, like 4 or 5 years.
He signed a 4-year, $160 million contract extension.
That's right.
Yeah, so he's signed. My thing is, by the time that contract really comes to fruition, you're going to have already lost some of your youth that you drafted used high draft picks to get. Nolan Smith, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter. You're going to lose all of them because you're not going to be able to pay them and pay who you have on the offense and pay Myles Garrett. You're just not. So, yes, you can do it now. You could do it this year. You better win that Super Bowl this year and then kiss everything else goodbye for at least 4 years.
It kind of reminds It kind of reminds me of what the Boston Celtics have done, because they went all in a couple years ago, and now everyone is gone. Right? They lost all of their players: Porzingis, Holiday. I can go on and on. Jalen Brown is injured. Jalen Brown is okay now, but Tatum's going to be out until the All-Star break. They're taking a gap year. Boston is taking a gap year. So it's kind of like what the Sixers did
Well,
Last
it's
year
kind
they
of like the
took it sort of a
Rams.
gap year. Yeah.
It's like the Rams a couple years ago where they didn't have a first round pick for 8 years.
Yeah.
You know, like and so they have been. You can go both directions, but the problem is you're losing talent. When you trade to go get Myles Garrett, you might as well say to Jalen Carter, "We're not signing you." You might as well say to Nolan Smith, "We're not signing you." You might as well say to Jordan Davis, "We're not signing you." Like those guys are probably on their way out if Myles Garrett is here. So you either
what if Myles Garrett decides to take a pay cut, kind of like what Michael Carter did?
he won't
That's
take
always
that
a possibility too.
Right, but here's what if I'm Howie Roseman and I'm playing, chess with the money, if I'm playing around with the money and Howie,
Right.
Hey, you're speaking my language. I'm with you. It makes sense.
you better be doing this before they change the rule. But if you did this and you wanted to make the money make sense, here's the way you would do it. You would trade for Garrett. You would extend him 2 more seasons. You would extend the contract, but then you would push all the money to the end. And you would explain to Garrett, the reason we have to push it to the end is because we have to sign these guys next year. You're going to get your money, just like everyone else is. When your contract and that money kicks in, A.J. Brown's going to be gone. Devontae Smith might be on a pay cut.
I think, honestly, the way the things are going with A.J. Brown, I would not be surprised if he's gone at the end of the year.
Well, that's the other thing.
Well,
I would not be shocked if that happens.
You get Myles Garrett, and in order to ease Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith and Jordan Davis, you just pull them into a meeting room and say, you guys are still going to get paid. And they're all going to look at Howie and go, how? You just brought this guy in with all that money. Yeah, I know. That means someone that's on the offense that's making big money is gone. And Howie's not going to name names. But we all know who he's talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say I hate to disagree with you, Joe, because you make valid points here, but I'm not. I mean, like my dad said, I'm not worried about the money situation. I mean, down the road, I don't think it'll be as bad as the Rams because the Rams paid a fortune to get all these kinds of players. And they were like 1 in a million, like a type of players. I mean, there were good pieces for a team, but Howie's not a dumbass like the Rams GM is.
I don't.
Like Leo Snead is, or whatever his name is.
I don't disagree with you, but I'll say something you would say to both of us in the car ride coming back from EOP studio, back when we thought Howie Roseman was a moron.
Right.
We don't want to kick the can down the road and take
I'll say this right now. The one thing I'll say about Howie Roseman, when it comes to crunch time for paying his players, he's already got your back, like just as much as he's got your back as a brother from another.
I don't disagree with you. And look, the only person that's
the money situation is not going to happen. I mean, I'm not worried about the money situation. That's all I'm saying.
Well, okay, fine, but you also are okay with you're going to have to get the heir apparent in upcoming drafts, in the upcoming 3 drafts. You're going to have to get the heir apparent for Lane Johnson. You're going to have to get another receiver that can replace either Devontae or AJ.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to get another good cornerback, and you're going to possibly have to get another good linebacker.
Yeah, I understand that.
You're not going to have Zach Bond in 2 or 3 years. And so, you got to understand that in some regard, giving up 3 first-round picks, here's what I would do. And this is my Madden GM coming out in me.
What's that?
Oh, so before you say that, AK's big in Madden. He's actually ranked 50 in in the whole world.
Wow.
Nice.
So I just want to throw that out there. So AK, shout out to you, man. Hardcore playing Rewind coming soon. So And he also said Fred's a beast. Yes.
So, one of the things that I would say if I was doing it in the Madden GM, and I love doing this because I love ripping off the computer in franchise mode.
We all do. I do that in NBA.
As did I. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I do it with NHL.
So, one of the things that I would do is I would say, okay, I'm not going to give you 3 firsts. I'm going to give you 2 firsts. I'm going to give you 1 second and 3 thirds.
Okay. So no
I
player involved.
I just gave you 6 picks that you can rebuild your whole damn team with.
So let me get this. So let me get this straight. Wait, I'm confused. I'm sorry.
I'm confused. I'm Mitch. Nice to meet you.
2 firsts, 1 second, and 3 thirds.
Yeah. I mean,
and then AK goes. We thought AI was supposed to be smart.
Right. Good point.
Yeah.
Not Allen Iverson, that's for sure. That's all I said to myself. I wish AI still met Allen Iverson, but no, joking aside.
Keep going.
I mean, the thing with Howie, though, I mean, if we're worried about that 3 years from now, I'm going to be like my buddy would say. We'll worry about that shit later. We'll worry about that shit later.
I was just about to say that. And this is actually kind of funny because remember me last week? You guys were funny on me about the Eagles. I thought the Eagles may not go back to the Super Bowl. But now I'm going to say if we get Myles Garrett, that will higher the chances. So I'm like, if you want to win now in the present, worry about the other stuff later.
Right. You know what I mean?
Here's another question. If we are so high to do this for Myles Garrett, why weren't we high enough to do this when the price tag was lower and the value was higher to go get Micah Parsons?
I think Micah Parsons to do with the division.
That's where I'm at too, because even Jerry's not gonna fucking he's not gonna trade his big player to the Eagles. I mean, he's not Joe Shane. Let's keep it 100 here.
No,
let's keep it real here. No, if this was Joe Shane and Micah Parsons, Joe Shane does this to Abdul Carter in 3 years. Maybe I'll say, okay, maybe it'll be a little bit of a understanding of Jerry Jones trying to do that with Micah Parsons, but overall, or maybe even like a Kayvon Thibodeau too, but at the same time too. But Jerry. I mean, I'll say this about Jerry Jones: he's really a delusional. But him trading into the Eagles, he will never ever probably have to walk in Dallas or Arlington. He'll probably have to walk around with a mask on his head, just because
he does that anyway.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He does it anyway. But even worse is that how much that the fans are ripping the Mavericks for trading Luka Doncic. He'll never walk out of Dallas ever again a free man. He would have to literally have to change his name or something.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, interesting. It's kind of like me and Joe flipped. It's kind of like we all flipped from last week to this week.
It's like reverse psychiatry shit, right?
Yeah.
Look, I'm still a firm believer that with or without Myles Garrett, they're going to figure it out because they're getting healthier.
Right.
I mean, look, you got to understand something. They're beating teams in front of them. They have a challenge in front of them with Green Bay and Detroit. But after Green Bay and Detroit, I'm not scared of anyone.
No, I'm not either. I'm not worried about it either. That's what I'm saying, Joe. I mean, if we're worried about 3 picks, that probably Joe Schmo and Shem Curry and Howard.
I like Joe Schmo. Joe Schmo's a good guy. Dang it.
Well, wait. You can't go that far because I will tell you that the 31st pick, the late first round picks that we've had are Nolan Smith and Jahad Campbell.
You got a point.
Okay. So they're not Joe Schmo and Billy down the road.
No,
I didn't. Joe Schmo. I like Joe Schmo.
I didn't mean to say like that. No, I didn't mean to say it like that. But what I'm saying is too.
I know what you mean.
But I mean, there is going to be some of them out there. I mean, Lamar Jackson's like a 1 in a million. Nolan Smith 1 in a million. Yada yada yada. I agree, but some of them are, dare I say, Mr. Irrelevant. Sometimes, I mean, they're good.
Oh, the only Mr. Irrelevant's Brock Purdy. Let's be clear.
I mean, but I'm saying is that
anything is possible.
But let me ask you this. I mean, here's the thing that drives me crazy about it too. Like in 3 years from now, who's going to be the guy that's going to be the Eagles are going to keep a close eye on? I mean, like Stetson Bennett's kid, or Nakobe Dean's son, or not. I mean, that's how crazy how the last 10, 15 years I felt like on a minute. But but you know what I'm saying. But no, I mean. That's the thing. I mean, yeah, sure, there will be like a Joe Montana in that draft, or maybe the next Trevor Lawrence, maybe, or God forbid, Johnny Manziel, Patrick Mahomes. Yep. But yeah, I'm not saying the draft is all rigged. I mean, look at this draft. This draft didn't show any oh, I got to keep a close eye on this guy. I mean, Jackson Dart and Abdul Carter and Cam Ward. Like, what are we doing? I mean, if this was like 3 years, I mean, let's say, for example, he makes this trade 3 years ago when Myles Garrett 3 years ago, and 3 years ago happened this year with the draft. I'm saying to myself is that okay? I mean, but I don't know. But then again, Jahad Campbell would be there, but beside the point. I mean, I don't know what it's going to be like in 3 years. I mean, if there's like a bona fide stud out there, then I would be like, okay, maybe Howie made a mistake. Okay. But I want to know.
I can understand that, but then I still go back to you ain't going to be able.
I'm not saying your point is invalid. I'm just saying.
No, I get that, but like forgetting about the draft picks, which I understand your point of view. The idea that you cannot pay everyone. This isn't baseball. Like you have, and I get it. We all trust Howie with money,
right?
But he's handcuffed. There's a reason why you go get a Michael Carter and not a Joe Hayden. There's a reason why you go and get a Michael Carter and not a Patrick Surtain Jr. Like, there's a reason why you don't go get the guys that doesn't matter if they're making a lot of money or not. You go get them.
I mean, that's
you know what's still funny? Jonathan Simmons is still a free agent. What is wrong with this? Why is no one getting him?
Well, CJ Gardner-Johnson's also a free agent. He's been on 2 teams.
He's on the Bears now. He's on the Bears.
He's on his
third. They got Caleb Williams and CJ Gardner-Johnson in the same room. Jesus Christ.
He's on the Bears.
He's on the 3rd team in this season.
He's just as worse as what's his name? Joe Flacco at this point.
Joe Flacco gets you wins. Well,
He was on the Texans, then he went to the Ravens. Now he's on the Bears.
Well, don't forget he was on the Eagles first.
No, he got traded.
Yeah.
And then he got traded to the Texans. Then he got released by the Texans, picked up by the Ravens, released by the Ravens, and apparently picked up by the Bears.
You know what's crazy? Every time when I think of CJ Gardner-Johnson, I think of that character from the Grand Theft Auto. Oh shit! Here we go again. I had to say that. I had to say it.
Now, when I think of Gardner-Johnson in the NBA, there's a thing called the rainbow, and there's a player that dresses every color in the rainbow. I think Shaquille O'Neal was one of them.
Big Shot Bob. Yeah, Big Shot Bob was one of them.
Yeah, Trevor Ariza was another one.
Oh my God. What about JaVale McGee?
That's what I'm getting at with Gardner-Johnson here.
I don't mean to change the subject here, but JaVale McGee had to be a part of that rainbow thing too.
I'll look. I'm actually curious about that right now.
I'm curious about it too. You know what I mean?
Here's my thing when you bring up Simmons. So,
oh boy,
Vic Fangio had him in Denver.
There
are people saying that there was a rift between him and Fangio. So I'm curious if there really
he was
is.
actually on more teams than the rainbow.
Oh my God, that's even funnier. That's even great. That's even better.
Let Joe talk, and then me and James would talk about this after the show.
Sure, yeah, that's even better.
Go for it, Joe.
Like my thing is that with Simmons, he had a relationship with Fangio. Apparently, they had a falling out. That was one of the reasons why the Eagles didn't sign him in the offseason. Because there's a lot of people that were looking to see if we would get him. I just don't think he meshes well with Vic's, scheme. and
Right.
I just don't know if he's like a unruly player.
Three more.
I don't know.
My dad brings up a good point here. But how was that? He says that CJ's trying to catch Carson Wentz with teams.
And then
He's got
AK
3 more to go.
AK comes in and goes, CJ's in Chicago with his old defensive coordinator from the Saints.
Who is that actually? I forget who it is. Is that what is his name? I know it's not Eberflus. I think he's with the Cowboys.
I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah, I know. I can picture him.
But anyway, guys, we got one more topic to Actually, no. AK
Dennis
had a
Allen.
question
Thank
up. Thank you.
Dennis.
Yep. AK brought up this question before. Listen, you guys don't want to go to Myles Garrett route. That is totally fine. I understand.
I said I was
saying let's go fleece Tennessee one more time and get Simmons. Imagine Simmons on his D line from Tennessee.
Oh man, I'm
who's
all
that? Who's that? Jonathan Simmons?
No, that's a corner.
Oh.
You know what you're talking about, yeah.
Yep. Well, you know what? You know what?
Yep.
I'll say this right now too. If the Titans are gonna like ship off and ship out players like in a couple of years, I'll take that Simmons fella. I'll take him too because the Titans are in tanking mode already.
And then AK goes, speaking of course, and when he's going to his team, another quarterback with the initial CW, which I think will be another Carson Wentz as well.
Yeah.
And then Jeffrey Simmons is an edge.
Jeffrey Simmons, okay.
It's either Justin Simmons or Jeffrey Simmons. It's either a J or a Simmons.
We had a Wayne Simmons too back in the day.
Yeah. So this is going to be the last thing we talk about. Then we're going to end the show. So Jalen Hurts, another incredible week. MVP conversation? Of course he is. Why is he not getting the nod? We can name all the MVP quarterbacks that are in the conversation. Brother. We can name those. We can name them right now. Like Mahomes is in that conversation. Derek Ward is in that conversation. No. Jalen Hurts should be in that conversation. A lot of these quarterbacks are in there, but why not Hurts? Joe.
I'll let you take the 4, dude. I know what it is, but I won't say.
Do you think it's the writers?
Yes, I do. I think it's more. I think it's more that people don't respect him. Not writers wise. I'm thinking like people look at Mahomes, look at Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert, and they're like flashy. They like, dare I say, spin nickels on their forehead type of feel. Like, I mean, what got me too? I mean, I saw this list yesterday, and I said it to my dad put it up on Facebook, and they got Drake May on one side. I think they got Daniel Jones on another, and I'm thinking like, okay, first of all, what the hell is Drake May have? That's Dan Orlovsky's. I know it's Dan Orlovsky's list. That douchebag.
I'll give Drake May his due.
Sorry,
he's pulled the Patriots out of obscurity. I'll give Drake May his due.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
But Daniel Jones, he's doing something
good. It's not Daniel Jones, it's Indiana Jones. Let's keep that in mind. It's Indiana Jones.
He's been playing with tough.
I am not going to.
He played with tough men.
Tough I am not going to insult Harrison Ford that way. I am not. I am not going to do that.
It's Indiana Jones.
No, Harrison Ford is Indiana. So anyhow,
just like Liam Neeson is a Naked Gun.
Exactly.
It's not even the same league.
Leslie Nielsen, not Liam Nielsen.
Liam, yeah, thank you. Leslie Nielsen, bingo, exactly right, brother.
I have a certain set of skills. That's Liam. Leslie was. Do you have Roger? Anyhow, so anyhow, this is where I'm at. He doesn't have the charisma. Jalen Hurts doesn't have the charisma like a Patrick Mahomes or a Lamar Jackson or a Josh Allen or a Joe Burrow. Well, you know what he does have? A ring.
Talent.
Patrick Mahomes has more rings. Grant you that.
Salute.
But Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, they haven't even sniffed the Super Bowl yet.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't even smelled the grass on Super Bowl Sunday. Okay? Unless
Neither
they're
is Justin
mowing their
Herbert.
own lawn. Here's my thing. I am just so tired of this perspective
I know.
because he's not putting up 4,000 yards a season and 40 touchdowns and all this. You know what he's not doing? He's not throwing interceptions. He's got 1 in 8 games. 1.
Uno.
And so you try and tell me that this guy who's won 6 games out of the first 8, whose quarterback rating is out of his mind good, who has 1 interception and very little fumbles. You mean to tell me this guy doesn't even deserve a vote? Like, you mean to tell me that because
I don't get it.
Like, he's the reason. Okay, you take Jalen Hurts off this team. Do we have 6 wins?
I don't think so.
You put Daniel Jones, Indiana Jones, on this
No, it would
team.
be Philly Jones.
Right.
It would be Philly Jones.
Mr. Jones, like the Count Crow song.
That was a horse. That was a horse. We're not calling Daniel Jones a horse. But here's
Lives a black horse.
yeah.
Hey,
So
we got a new person in the chat here. Tanner
Oh.
McKee Monday.
hey Tanner, what? We hope you're feeling better.
Yeah,
Hope you're feeling
Hurst
better,
literally
kid.
had the Avengers around him. Nobody impressed, bro. Well, Tanner McKee's impressed. So there you go.
Here's my thing. If
Yeah.
Daniel Jones was on this Eagles offense,
Yeah.
do you think that they would have 6 wins?
I wouldn't know.
Wait, say it again. I'm sorry.
No,
Do
what you said,
think
Joe?
If Daniel Jones was
Sorry.
replaced Jalen Hurts on this offense,
Hmm.
you think we would have 6 wins?
No.
Okay. So
God, no.
everybody who sits there and says, well, you put Josh Allen on the Eagles, well, the Eagles offense is stellar. Yeah, but we're talking about talent for talent. Okay. Josh Allen is a talent, no doubt, but he still hasn't gotten the accomplishments or gotten to the mountaintops that Jalen Hurts has. You could throw 400 yards because your defense sucks. But here's the difference. When Jalen Hurts throws passes, he does it calculatedly. Sometimes that means he's holding the ball longer. Sometimes that means he's only getting off 20 passes. I'm sorry. You know how quarterbacks get hurt? They drop back more.
And they don't slide.
Well, no. Like there was a percentage put out there about back when Vic was still in the league, okay? That if a quarterback drops back 50 times or more, they are 3 times more likely, no matter if they're a mobile quarterback or not, they are 3 times more likely to get hurt. If they do 50 dropbacks or more per game, if you're over that 50 mark, you're going to get hurt, but you're not going to be able to make it to the end of the season. It's just like how people were like, well, if you give Saquon Barkley 400 plus carries, he's not going to be a good running back. Look what happened last season.
So you're going to like this comment. AK with a couple of laughing emojis. He went, we will be undefeated. In losses. And then Tanner McKee Monday goes, Steichen makes bums like Daniel Jones and Hurts look good.
Okay,
and then look what Daniel Jones is doing now. That's from Tanner McKee Monday.
Oh, whoa. Back the keyboard up there, Tanner McKee Monday. You just called Jalen Hurts a bum. Okay? I'm not going to deal with that. We're not going to go there. Okay? He's not a bum if he's got a Super Bowl ring. You don't fall and as Super Bowl MVP. You don't trip into that. Go ask Joe Burrow, okay? Don't make this about something it ain't. All right. Jalen Hurts deserves to be an MVP. Does he belong in the top of the MVP votes? No. But does he deserve an acknowledgement? Yeah. Does he deserve at least to be on the list? Yes. He deserves consideration.
Okay.
They're the second best team in the NFL. And they haven't even played their best game yet. They really haven't, guys.
Tanner McKee Monday also goes, Foles was Super Bowl MVP too, and he sucked. And then AK goes,
I'm
holy
sorry,
wait, let me read AK's comment and then we're going to bring it back. Holy bleep. If Jalen Hurts is a bum, then that makes Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow sewer water. I guess, man, that's a crazy logic, Tanner. And Tanner, while you're in here, like, share, subscribe for more Eagles content. Appreciate you. Go, Joe.
Okay. So, with AK, with what he's saying, it means that if Jalen Hurts is a bum, then Josh Allen is basically Superman, Batman's Robin, meaning Patrick Mahomes' Robin. He's this little boy that pats him on the head as he's going to the Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson's just a guy that's an errand boy that's just good for MVPs in the regular season. He's this generation's Peyton Manning. Okay, that means that Joe Burrow is a cripple because he can't stay healthy long enough. Nick Foles is a bum and he still won Super Bowl MVP. He outdueled the GOAT in a score fest. Did you watch the game? Did you watch the game? Did you watch how Nick Foles actually caught a pass for a touchdown? How many quarterbacks in NFL history have done that in the Super Bowl? Oh, I don't know. One.
So he also goes, look who Hurts has around him. 2 wide receiver ones and the best running back in the league. Imagine
look
what
who
Allen
Joe
could do.
Montana had around him. Don't give me that nonsense.
Hurts is highly overrated. And then your dad goes, I think Tanner dude's a troll. Hey, we love trolls here. I don't care. Yeah, your cakes are highly overrated. Or cakes. Oh, takes. Okay, okay. I don't want cake. I'm okay with that. Over, so you got him in a lot in common. Hurts literally has Thor and Superman sitting passenger in Ferrari. Hey, nice car. I like Ferraris.
What the fuck is going on here? I'm sorry, my friends.
No, you're good. You're good, man. We're just having fun.
Yeah, I know. I know you're having fun. I know we're having fun here, but yeah, no, I'm not gonna go there. Joe, you're the master of trolling people.
Let's get our heads out of our asses for a minute. All right.
Yeah, let's keep it 100. Keep it real.
If we're gonna sit here, pick a side, choose an argument. Okay, is Jalen Hurts the bum, or has he just got a team around him? Because it can't be both. Okay, because you could be the worst quarterback to ever play the game, like Tim Couch, and be put on this offense and still suck. It just happens. Okay, there's a reason why in the early 2000s the Ravens won with like a nobody quarterback. There's a reason why the Bucs won with a nobody quarterback because they had defense, but they had offensive players too. Yeah, but they had a terrible quarterback. Look at Joe Montana. That Niners team was loaded.
Look at Brady. Brady didn't have anybody special.
Well, here's the thing. Brady brought this up in the telecast the other week.
Yeah.
Having Randy Moss, having guys like Gronk, having guys like Wes Welker, and there's another guy. What guy? Edelman. Like those guys became stars, not because Tom Brady's this great quarterback, because they're stars, because they're good. Okay, Devontae Smith is good because he's good.
Right.
Jalen Hurts makes Devontae better. Jalen Hurts makes Saquon better. That was proven because Saquon had this Hall of Fame like season. The first season he suited up behind Jalen Hurts. So you tell me, you tell me, how is Jalen Hurts a bum? Because this is a guy who's had to adapt to not one, not two, not three, not four, 5 different offenses since he's been in the league.
And then Tanner McKee goes, Tush Push saved his career. Saved Hurst's career.
Oh boy, here we go.
Hey, I love this, man. I love a whack-ass troll. He's subscribed to the channel. I appreciate that.
Wonderful.
Oh, God. Without further ado, guys. All right. No game this week. We're on a bye. But next Friday, we'll talk about the Eagles and the Packers and the Lions, that game. So, appreciate everyone tuning in, man. Like, share, subscribe. You know what to do. James, Joe, anything you guys got to plug this week in Flyers hockey, perhaps?
Yes. Coming up this week, we got another jam-packed show coming up this week for this week of Flyers hockey. Talking about the good guys in orange and black for probably been pretty hot the last 2 weeks. Obviously, they've had a good win last night over against the Preds. Trevor Zegras becoming a jubilation to that locker room and also to the team. Dan Vladar playing his backside off too, so we will be talking about that. We'll be talking about the Flyers-Penguin game. We also will be talking about the upcoming series this week. Coming up tomorrow, the Flyers have a back-to-back at Xfinity Mobile Arena. We got the Maple Leafs coming into town tomorrow on Saturday night.
Canadian Invasion.
Canadian Invasion, exactly right. Yep. I'm not your buddy, guy.
Yeah.
So we got Toronto tomorrow, and then we got Calgary on Sunday night. So we got a jam-packed show for you guys. So please stick with us on this week of Flyers hockey. That's on Monday, 4 p.m. on Streampunk Entertainment and Hardcore Sports Network.
All right. Well, catch you guys later, man. Like, share, subscribe. Let's go Birds. And yeah, guys, we appreciate everyone tuning in. Hell of a show. Catch you guys later, man. Let's go Birds.